All right, ladies and gentlemen, introducing you to the fighters here. This one, we do it professional action. We do it in the welterweight division. This one sponsored by Franz Hydroponics. Introducing to you first, standing across in the blue corner, tip the scales, 76.95 kilos. Travels to us tonight from the Central Coast of New South Wales. Trained at a Central Coast MMA. Brings to the cage a professional record. 8 fights, 3 wins and the 5 losses. This is Edimar Teixeira. And his opponent standing across in the red corner. He tipped the scale, 77.20 kilos. From Townsville, Queensland, trained out of the Courage Training Centre. His professional record, 3 fights, 2 wins and just the 1 loss. Give it up, this is Jack James! Referee for this contest, Sir Thomas Churchill.
Fight number 7 here tonight, brought to you by Franz Hydroponics. See the team at Franz Hydroponics to set up your garden for success. The friendly experts will guide you every step of the way. Head to franzhydroponics.com.au for more info. And immediately, yeah, the boys getting to work, aren't they?
Like we said, we knew this wasn't going to start slow, and here we are. You know, I think keep an eye on the wrestling and the jiu-jitsu of Jack James, particularly. I think he'll probably try to just get this to the mat, I would assume. But who knows? You know, his striking is also top-notch, as we said. So, you know, no filling out process here with these guys whatsoever. Targeting the low kicks, though. Nice calf kick there from Teixeira.
Teixeira's just keeping him honest, isn't he? He's in and he's out, and there's another low kick. Is that a calf kick? It looked to be like he buckled the leg either way.
Yeah, look, I think it's like he's aiming for the calf, but I think he's collecting the knee on the way through, and he's timing it perfectly as Jack James is putting his weight forward onto that leg. It's kind of just hooking it out underneath him, you know. Chinned him there on the way in. Nice takedown defense there from Teixeira.
Looks like James has had a bit of enough of being on the feet, at least momentarily.
Exactly. I think that left leg's getting pretty sore of James already. You know, you can see he's not really putting any weight on it. He keeps switching leads when he looks to engage. He's going to have to start turning that front foot out and really starting to try and get that leg check happening there, you know. Good takedown defense there from Teixeira. You know, he's doing quite well. He needs to stop Jack James from getting his hands gripped here, keep a nice wide base, and start to pull him up off his hips.
Little lull in the action. Yeah, he is. He's very strong. You can see him driving. He's parallel with the ground, just trying to drive all his weight in to at least give that leg maybe a little bit of hospice.
Exactly. Nice
oh, beautiful. Hooks the leg, drags it out, and the hips hit the ground.
He's just pushing that face well. He's back to his feet, and we're right back to where we started. A lot of energy expenditure for Jack James there for little to no reward at this point.
Teixeira, it's not a lot of volume, but it's a lot of frequency when he is striking. It's bang, he resets, bang,
yes,
resets.
Definitely. He's always on base. He's always ready to go. He's balanced, and he keeps coming after that leg. It looks like he's trying to make Jack forget about it for a bit, draw him into a bit more of a striking battle, and then start attacking it again.
Psychologically, the way he's approaching it, to your point, it's just... He looks like he's always ready to throw, because he is.
He is, absolutely. And you can see he's timing that calf kick. Every time Jack comes forward, he starts to put his weight on that leg, and he can't turn his leg out to check that calf kick. He's banging that kick in every single time, and it's making Jack hesitant to come forward. It's hard to come forward when your legs keep getting kicked out from underneath you, and he has to be able to put his weight on that front leg to shoot a takedown and to get power in that right hand. So the more he can keep targeting that leg, keeping his weight on the back leg, the more success he's going to have.
Dives in on another takedown. Looks like a good position to be able to defend for Teixeira.
Jack James on the single here. Teixeira's going to look to hand fight. He's going to try to break his grip and try and create a bit of space between them. He's got to keep trying to win that head fight there.
Just trying to collect the other leg, wasn't he?
Yeah, looking to transition to the double, but Teixeira's doing a great job of keeping that space closed on the fence there and not letting him get his hand around that. He's trying to pull him backwards to try and reshoot the double. Teixeira's doing very, very well. He's got the underhook now. He's going to start to look to re-pummel and try and turn himself off the fence and put Jack James back against the fence and break away again. Get back to work on that leg.
He's got a fantastic structure, doesn't he, to defend Teixeira?
He does.
Both corners giving advice and seeming to undo each other as they break and take the center again. Oh, a head kick and another one. If that leg's banged up, you might as well throw it.
Big kick.
We can see that bothering James.
Absolutely. I think that last one hurt Teixeira as much as it hurt James. Though. Nice shot.
Deep
nice
on the
double.
shot.
He's got his hands joined here. He's going to look to lift. Nice slam.
Oh, and immediately Teixeira just swivels those hips, gets his base under him and starts to work back up again.
Jack's got that cross body right there. His leg hooked. We need to see Teixeira clear that hook before he can start to stand up, start to get out of this, you know. James is going to continue to ride him here, keep doing damage, make him panic, make him uncomfortable, make him carry his weight. And in the meantime, he's not getting kicked on that calf, right? So this is a very safe position for him. He can start to look to take the back and start to sink a choke as he's starting to do here. He's got, from what I can see, double hooks maybe. He's going to do damage here and just win the round with some damage.
He's definitely managed to muddy up the round, hasn't he, in the eyes of the judges?
Oh,
Especially that one. Makes you reconsider some of the bigger shots from Teixeira earlier on. As we head towards round number 2 for Jack James and Edimar Teixeira.
I'm very impressed with the get-ups from Teixeira here. You know, he's doing a very good job. As soon as he hits the mat, you know, he's stuffing the head, he's turning his hips. He's not letting Jack control his hips too much and pin him to the mat, you know. It
was very difficult for James to solidify any sort of position.
Exactly. I think realistically he managed to solidify the last 15 seconds. But see here, you know, he's trying to get his hands clasped. He's looking for this leg hook. He turns off the fence and straight away Teixeira's back to his feet. This is the big slam that we saw towards the end of the round. And get here, we see he's got that post behind him. He pushed the head and he's back to his feet. Yeah. Both guys looking pretty calm and fresh between rounds too. You know, there's a lot of experience in the corner between Ian Bone and Ross Pearson. You know, these guys have seen probably more fights than most people in this room put together. You know, so
yeah, the blokes could be cousins.
Exactly. Yeah.
Bald dudes covered in tats.
Yeah.
If your coach doesn't look like that, you're doing it wrong. Round number 2. Southpaw is Jack James, possibly looking to protect that leg in the open conditions when he's at kick range.
Jack James has definitely got great kickboxing from both stances. He's able to switch hit better than most people in the division, in my opinion. So it's good to see him actually utilising that and protecting that left leg and using it to set up his shots, you know. He's dipping into the body here. It looks like he's trying to switch it up to keep Teixeira guessing. Teixeira's not taking a backward step though, you know, he's really coming after it tonight.
When James seems to back himself almost, and when he's okay and that leg kick isn't coming, he's not doing too bad. He's making a good account of himself.
Absolutely.
Throws high, goes
head
low.
Stuff again.
Yeah. He's got it on automatic.
I'd like to see Teixeira just keep his back off the fence. You know, it's obvious at this point that James is really trying to push his back to the fence and utilise the cage to take another kick him off his feet.
Well timed.
Teixeira's looking for that uppercut, knowing that James is looking for that blast double on the way in. But here we are again against the fence. Teixeira's got to make sure that James doesn't get his hands clasped. If he gets his hands clasped, then he could have some issues again.
With that split stance, what are the options here for Jack James? What can he work with?
He could look to transition back on that single again and look to hook the leg out that he did before. He could even look to shuck that left arm forward of Teixeira and look to go to the back as well. It's going to be hard with the back with the fence so close, but there's options here. He could even break off, strike and reshoot. There's plenty of options there. Teixeira doesn't really have a lot of control of him. Jack James definitely has control of Teixeira. He's not doing a lot with it at this point, but he's definitely in control at this point.
Oh, nice. Gets a deep body lock. Those hips like a swivel. And Jack James uses them against him.
This is almost like the first round. Same place, same takedown, same position.
Copy and paste.
Yeah.
Oh, as he moves into a mounted position, Teixeira's head getting stuck in the gutter against the cage.
He's got that handcuff as well on the far arm, so Teixeira can't use his bottom arm like he was in the earlier rounds to post and stuff the head like he was earlier, you know. He also can't use that hand to defend
100%.
now. He has to give up the back like this, which is a dangerous position to be with someone like Jack James.
He can just rain strikes from here.
Exactly, you know, he's flattening him out. He's still got 2.5 minutes on the clock, plenty of time to look to set up this head arm choke here.
He likes the head arm. There's a thumbs up there from Teixeira, but it looks uncomfortable. James bails on it. And it's the crossed feet as well that just solidifies the position.
Very hard for you to hip escape. Teixeira's cut here. It could be from his nose. It's hard to tell. But there's some blood coming from somewhere. Those elbows have got to hurt. You know?
Jack James is squeezing all the juice out of it. He's probably thinking about all those kicks he ate on the feet.
Absolutely.
It's time to return the favour as Jack James is turning it on from Mount. And it's cool! Whoa! Jack James! From the brink of that leg being written off, he slices up the face of Teixeira. And fantastic sportsmanship from him, but we can see the damage that was done in a short amount of time.
Absolutely. I don't know if you can hear on your screens at home. I can hear those elbows piercing Teixeira's skin.
100%.
There's like a crack coming through the canvas. Unbelievable.
A fantastic win there from Jack James. He's just jumped down off the cage and he couldn't hold himself up because of that leg.
Yeah. I'm
all for being excited, but that leg looks pretty compromised.
Yeah, he's going to know about that one tomorrow morning, let me tell you.
Absolutely. And again, this could be one of those defeats for Teixeira where Jack James goes on for bigger and better things and there's no shame in losing to a bloke who's got heart like that. That leg was written off.
Absolutely, yeah. I think that's the plus side of Jack James, right? It doesn't matter what happens in the fight. He's got so many tools in his toolbox that he probably could have won that fight on the feet if he wanted to, but he took some damage, so he was smart and he knew that he could take it to the ground and go back to his grappling, you know? That's what makes the sport so great, right? You can mix it up on the feet, you can mix it up on the ground. It's mixed martial arts, so fair play to Jack James. He deserves everything he got tonight.
100%, man. And we could even see in some of those wrestling exchanges, his leg was giving out on the takedown and he still didn't give up.
They breed him tough in Townsville. There must be something in the water up there, I think.
It's the humidity.
Yeah, it must be.
As we kick it over to James O'Shea for our official decision.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's make this one official. Put your hands together for both fighters again here. They deserve your applause. The 3 minutes 8 of round number 2. Your referee calls a halt to the contest. Your winner by TKO, coming from the red corner, Jack James. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we'll let him get dressed and we'll grab a few words with our winner. From Townsville to Brisbane, you made it worth the trip.
Yes, thank you from everyone for Townsville coming out. Everybody up in the stands, let's go!
A spectacular finish here tonight in that second round. Talk us through that.
Yeah, it was pretty nervous, but just the chat that my coach gave me just before we came out, saying that he believed in me, really just gave me confidence right at the end.
First round was quite a tough one, so talk us through that and what adjustments you made in round 2 to secure the big win.
Yeah, just being relentless, and just also making sure that lead leg didn't keep getting kicked because it was starting to feel a little bit, but just constant pressure, and just believing in yourself.
You talked about a bit of damage there to the leg, so I mean, you didn't want to take many more there, so you made some changes there as well.
Yeah, and then when I started throwing it as well, and it was hit these elbows, I was thinking, that was starting to hurt as well.
Congratulations. I'm sure there's a lot of people you'd like to thank for being a part of this big win for you here tonight.
Yes, thank you to my cornerman. Same cornerman every time. Declan the Wolf Wolforden. We've got Coach Bone here, who's just awesome and just is just an awesome figure for me. And I also want to thank my sponsors. I got James Constructions, NQ, Kai Signs, Bell Property, Townsville and Strangle, man, Meats really pushed me over the line.
Finally, what's next for Jack James?
I think we were calling out Tom Ackley. He's up in the backstage out there somewhere. So, Tom Ackley, let's go, eh?
There you go. We'll call out Tom Ackley. We might see it on a future show. Congratulations, ladies and gentlemen. Put your hands together for Jack James.
All respect, though, Tom. Just a bit of fun, but, I mean, let's go.
Put your hands together for it, ladies and gentlemen. Congratulations, Jack James.
Got to get the wolf back for one. Let's go.